What's up, everybody? Just want to do a quick update. I am semi back. The fortress is coming online again. It's semi operational, you could say. A lot quicker than I expected. Um, the previous videos are one of in the hotel room with my phone, just to say what was going on because I didn't honestly know how long it would take for me to get to the level I'm at now. And the level I'm at now is not fully done and over with everything at all. Still waiting on the insurance adjuster with reimbursement funds. That's going to take time. Uh, I still have all my stuff mostly in boxes and bags that's tucked away that I'm going to have to slowly, not so much slowly, but I'm going to have to go through because I don't know where half my stuff is that I was salvaged. Of what I salvaged, I got to go through it more closely, see what ultimately to keep, what ultimately not to keep. In a case like this, my situation isn't so much burn damage as it is basically flooding, water damage, and smoke damage. But smoke damage is mostly just smell being kind of saturated on an object. But um, in a case like this, it's not just like, oh, it's wet. It's the fact that it's a fire hose um, shot through the area and ceiling detritus knocked down and all over a lot of stuff. You don't want to take chances of stuff becoming moldy, stuff becoming almost carcinogenic and stuff like that. So you really gotta be careful in that situation. So I gotta go through it, and when in doubt for certain items, just get rid of it. Even though I maybe was able to salvage it at first, you gotta take a second, look at it and whatnot. So my free time is gonna have that. The limited free time I already have is gonna be even more limited because of that fact. But where I'm at now is stable. You can say stabilized. So I didn't expect it to happen that quick, so I'm really glad it did. Um, the management company has multiple locations in the area. This is one of the other locations, so it was an easier way to transfer over and get an apartment that way. I didn't have to go the normal route, which could take time. So that's, I guess, the big reasoning for it. Um, so yeah, I've kept up with the comments on the other video. Really appreciate all the kind comments. Really nice to see. Uh, just really cool to see. People saying, "Hey, good luck. Sorry to hear that." It's just, you know, we're a community of a bunch of random people, so it's cool to have that support. I do plan to get back into the swing of thing, hobby related on my own end, in time to start painting. Uh, but that's really secondary. I know I took two books with me to do the video the day of the fire that happened in the building. Um, I probably may or may not have done that anyway just to have it in case I wouldn't be able to do much except live out of a hotel for a few days. If that was the case, at least I had some stuff. But really, it's secondary. Now, I live by myself with no pets, but if you live with people or pets, you want to make sure you and everything is safe. And the goal of getting somewhere to live and getting stuff figured out and getting the stuff you can salvage, if there's anything salvageable in whatever situation you might be in, to your new place, that's what's important. So, um, really, the hobby is secondary, but I enjoy doing it. I'm in a stabilized position where I can do some rambles. They're easy enough to do. As long as I have my computer and access to the internet, which I do have now, um, I can do them. So I do plan to have some at a glances and book seven stuff and other rambles happen. As far as actually painting and doing the hobby itself, that's going to take a bit more time to get back into the swing of things. One of the things in a situation like this, especially when you're renting, is you're up against the clock in a way, in a manner of speaking. And what I mean by that is, I've known people who've had house fires, nothing too crazy nothing good. A house fire is never good, but nothing where it's nothing but ash and cinder. But in that situation, you kind of control the clock in terms of once you get the insurance adjuster out there and they say okay, you can start repairs because they're done with figuring out what they're gonna do in terms of reimbursement. Once that happens, then it's all up to you and your timetable for getting it fixed and all that. When you're renting, you're up against the clock, so to speak, because the property management, the leasing office, and then their property managers are hustling and bustling to uh, try and be accommodating for those affected, as well as um, contacting the sources they need for their own insurance adjusting, and getting quotes for restoring the property. And as soon as the chain of command, you could say, of all the red tape says go for it, they're going for it. So you really want to kind of beat the clock that way and getting your stuff salvageable out before that happens. So with that, you don't have the time or the luxury to carefully pack things away and organize and neatly. You just kind of do it. So with that said, um, part of the reasoning the hobby is going to take some time for me to actually get into and do uh, via painting and all that is some of that stuff is somewhere and I don't know where, so I gotta find it all. But anyways, just wanted to do this little ramble saying that I'm good. I got a place again, and I am stabilized-ish to move on from here and continue getting things all sorted out and getting back into the swing of things with the hobby itself, which again is a secondary thing in this situation. And it's good that I'm even able to consider it because that means things are progressing smooth enough and well enough that yeah, it's a huge inconvenience and a huge problematic thing what happened, but I'm at a place now or at a point now where I can really not so much put it behind me for good, but I can't because I have loose ends to tie up, of course, but that I can go ahead and um, not just focus on damage control, but start having life be lived again, you could say, if as cheesy as that sounds. So that's where I'm at. Thanks for all the support, and we'll try to get some actual Rambo videos coming up at some point soonish. But yeah, the fortress is coming back online, so that's good. You can't keep it down for long. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for sticking through it, and until next time, take it easy.